Hi everyone. So I recently finally kind of revitalized my website about page, making first a more concise section up here that highlights my best qualities and what sets me apart from the crowd of other music composers. You can see that these mini menus here describe three of my distinguishing qualities: mastery of the classical spectrum, touching solo textures, and zealous attention to detail. My favorite probably is the touching solo textures one because it reflects the most unique creative paths I've explored, drawing inspiration from lesser known soloistic styles like those of Ichika Nito and Manuel Gardner Fernandez. And so the next section talks about my most noteworthy recent film score that you can listen to by clicking on the word score here. And the section right after talks about kind of the highlights of my musical upbringing from middle school up through my time getting my master's in music composition for film and media. And the next section kind of wraps things up by talking about what all of who I am brings to projects I contribute to, the headline being maximum emotional impact and memorability, which is what we all want in our media projects, right? So the final section here just quickly mentions my adjacent skills that I have experience and expertise in that I could be hired for, and has a link here to some examples of my post-production audio work I've done in the past. And so beyond this final section of the core of my page, we have the 3 releases I've put out so far, from least recent up to most recent. So these 2 right here were singles that I put out of my best pieces so far. And this 3rd album is kind of a compilation album of the best of my recorded orchestral music. And so I've been thinking about putting out another compilation album called Dramatic Expression to showcase more of the best of my film scores specifically, but I'm honestly not sure if it's really worth it at this point in my career. But anyways, my About page comes to an end with a little portrait slideshow here and one last paragraph that's a little bit more personal for those that have the desire to take a deeper dive into my background and upbringing. And so that's the first thing I finished recently, the overhaul of my About page. But something else that I've gotten done recently that I've been needing to do for a while is a categorized list of all my audio effects / plugins. And the 2 main reasons that I did this is to, 1, figure out what all I had and what options I have for each audio task, as you can see here. And the second reason is to clear out plugins that don't really meet my standards anymore, which is mainly just that they haven't been updated to run natively on my Apple Silicon Mac yet, after all this time. So those are the 2 main things I've finished recently. I still have a lot to do on my music production template, and honestly probably won't be able to completely finish every little detail and optimization for about a couple years at least. But I've made a lot of headway, as you can see. So I'm well on my way to a great template and an optimized workflow that will make my mixing and mastering process, especially for demos for Q approval, more streamlined. And so I hope everyone's holidays have at least been all right. That's what mine have been so far, honestly. So Happy New Year. May God bless you and keep you. and I'll see y'all next time.